Gavney Township among the cards here for Decandio, the most important one being the copy of Collected Company he has in hand.
Yeah, tough to see these other cards.
Yeah, not a lot going on at the end of the day.
I think what he's asking himself is if he wants to Coco now.
Or just wait.
Well, the Duskwatch Recruiter would obviously flip.
Sure.
And then it turns into a mega mana creature for his opponent.
Yeah, that's true too, actually.
You know, he doesn't care about it getting bigger, but when it turns into a cost reduction spell against Danny, who doesn't have a mana creature right now, that's the problem.
Well, Brennan found the combo. Vizier of Remedies and Devoted Druid, just right off the company. Thump, go.
Yep, skillfully played.
Yep. So you better do something about this or you're out of here. Well, he's got a Fiend Hunter. Gonna eat Devoted Druid. So he has found a way to do something about this. At least for now.
Well, and that wasn't necessarily game over anyway.
Not always.
Yeah, I mean,
it's infinite mana.
It's infinite mana. The question is, did Brennan have the payoff card that he needs?
Now, he does have a Duskwatch Recruiter in hand, so the answer is yes.
Then yes. Then he did. Okay.
Beatdowns. I like it.
Yeah, let's get frisky.
Yeah, I mean, if the Vizier wants to trade, I'm sure Danny's just, that's fine.
Yeah, let's keep him as far away from the infinite mana combo as possible.
Mm-hmm. And if they don't want it, if it doesn't want to trade, then you get your damage in and you're happy with that. So now we head back over to Decandio, who has, I think, another. Actually, he had two more Collected Company. Well, he had a Collected Company, not a Duskwatch Recruiter, so I apologize for that error. But he also drew another copy of Collected Company, so I think it's pretty likely he would have found what he was looking for had he got to have infinite mana.
Yeah.
So many looks at it.
And he's in the same spot he was in last turn. Excuse me. Where, you know, does he want to cast this Collected Company? He's going to force through a free 2 points because of the Gavney Township.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think it's kind of largely meaningless if he ever goes infinite, but, you know, why not get him while you can?
Get your damage in. That's important. Duskwatch Recruiter's going to transform. Now we're going to head back over to Jessup, who's drawing a copy of Birds of Paradise. He also has a Collected Company in hand.
Well, and Jessup is largely out of ways of stopping the combo at this point. You know, we were talking about how there's so few ways for these two decks to interact with each other.
Especially game one. You mentioned for game two and game three, both players will have access to Path to Exile and so much more.
Yeah, but right now I like Brennan's plan of passing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's saying it doesn't matter if he gets all these extra cards onto the board because of the flip Duskwatch Recruiter. I'm going to collect a company at the end of the turn. Good chance I hit the combo, and I'm going to untap and I'm going to collect a company into a payoff card.
Yep.
Or, you know, I like this course of action.
Here is company. Devoted Druid. Yep, found them both again.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. Vizier of Remedies. It's a really uncomfortable feeling. Of, all right, my opponent has access to infinite mana. Can they do anything with it? I hope not. Yep, and Danny says, go.
Yeah, and I like not sacrificing the fetch land here. Brennan has put a full 8 cards on the bottom of his deck.
Yeah, you want them down there.
And they're all cards that he wants down there.
Yep. Birds of Paradise to draw, Collected Company in hand. He says, all right, I want to make infinite mana. Okay. Top 6. Finks. He finds Duskwatch Recruiter, the game's over. I do not think he found something that matters.
But Jessup isn't close to going infinite from what we see right now either. So just the plan of getting a whole bunch of guys on the board, Gavney Township every single turn, is a viable strategy from what we see right now.
Yep.
Your overhead's down. Well, it's back down. Just be careful. Have him check on that.
Brennan taking a long look at this. Is that double Finks?
Yep.
What sound does the Finks make?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's clanging around in the sink. So whatever.
Just pots and pans?
Yeah, it's like, it's like the fork in the garbage disposal noise. You know that? Yeah, you know that video? Yeah. How about that? That's the noise it's making. We got counters aplenty here from Gavney Township. Look at the teamwork makes the dream work. Everybody helping hands. Do apologize for the technical difficulties. Yep. Our overhead camera is upset this evening. It's been very angry. Very angry overhead camera.
I think just too many counters ended up on the board. It didn't like that. It's like 3 dice maximum, please. Surpass the limit. You're going to pay for that.
We have our master technician down here now. Looks like in the meantime, Jessup is going to sacrifice a fetch land, get a basic forest, and we're going to see him play Collected Company.
Yeah.
Haven't we had enough technical difficulties today? Missing round 1 and round 5. Come on.
Haven't we had enough Collected Companies for one day?
Come on.
I guess not.
Stay with me for one more round, baby. Here's Collected Company.
Just hold it together.
Yeah, just hold it together. We'll turn you off soon. What can I feed a camera to make it happy? Boom.
That wasn't bad.
I don't know if it's great.
It was Devoted Druid and an Internal Witness to rebuy the Collected Company.
To maybe be able to go again.
Yeah, well, and the Devoted Druid is the one that you need on play without Summoning Sickness.
Yep.
In order to do your going infinite thing.
Yep.
And I don't know if either player casts 2 spells. I don't think Brennan cast 2 spells on his turn.
No, just Company for Finks, for 2 Finks.
Did he cast that Birds as well? Maybe he cast the Bird as well.
He did.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So Jessup has the green light here, just needs to find a Vizier.
Yeah. Draw. Now, he could do some real manipulation to find it.
Yeah, he can actually scry several times.
Yeah, he can do like a lot of Viscera Searing to increase his chances of being able to find this and going off. Here's 4 mana. Collected Company.
Oh, Danny.
Doesn't have to scry just yet, I get. Oh, well, there's Vizier, so he's okay. 2 Viziers. Another Duskwatch Recruiter. 1, 2. And now Danny says, I'm gonna.
This is.
I get. So here's how the combo works. He gets infinite green mana with Vizier plus Devoted Druid. He's got a Duskwatch Recruiter. Duskwatch Recruiter says, tune a green, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a creature in your hand from those. And he's going to do that the entire time until he finds Walking Ballista. Then he's going to dump a ton of mana, not money, a ton of mana into Walking Ballista and kill, I think, Brennan's stuff first. And then him.
Yeah, just for posterity.
Ping all of the stuff and then kill Brennan. Just to make sure.
Clean up this board a little bit.
Yeah, just to make sure. As Danny Jessup is going to win game number 1 here over Brennan Decandio. Counters Company Mirror, at least game number 1, is in favor of the Team Metagame Gurus member.
And like I said, it was just a race to the payoff.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny had the Fiend Hunter to break it up. Brennan put the combo on the board a second time for infinite mana. Couldn't find a payoff card. Danny was able to collect your company into the combo, find the payoff card, win the game.
And win the game. So now we're going to take a look at the sideboard. So we're going to start with Decandio, who's got 3 Path to Exile, 2 Abrupt Decay. And here come the one-ofs, 10 of them, folks. Kosali Pride Mage, Eidolon of Rhetoric, Linvala Keeper of Silence, Orzhov Pontiff, Phyrexian Revoker, Aven Mind Sensor, Tide Hollow Sculler, Big Game Hunter, Liliana the Last Hope. There's a lot of good one-ofs there, Craig.
There's a lot of good one-ofs. So we've already talked about this removal. The Path to Exile seems like the best removal. But a lot of these one-ofs, Linvala just turns off your opponent's side of the board. They can't do a lot of things that they're trying to do. Orzhov Pontiff is a great sweeper to just trick people with out of nowhere. The Phyrexian Revoker, maybe he wants it, maybe he doesn't. You know, he's going to be turning off his own cards when he turns off his opponent's cards. But the Aven Mind Sensor is a pretty tricky one that can come out of nowhere, mess with all of the search spells.
Tide Hollow Sculler could be okay.
Tide Hollow Sculler could be okay.
Liliana Last Hope's definitely good.
It's good. It's double black.
Yeah, it can make it a little more difficult to cast.
It might be good enough when you're on the play, but not good enough when you're on the draw.
Okay, sure.
Maybe it's just good enough both times.
Well, when you have a deck before, both players have 4 Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
And, there's some ability to ramp into it. He can even do it in Noble Hierarch depending on how his lands do line up.
Yeah.
If he's able to get double black with just fetch lands. So I like it just because it's a card that you can play on turn.
Sure.
So, for Jessup, 3 Path, 2 Gideon Allies, Zendikar, 2 Collective Brutality. His one-ofs are Kataki, Sin Collector, Kasali Pride Mage, Maelstrom Pulse, Decay, Pontiff, Tireless Tracker, Eidolon of Rhetoric. I think that Decandio's got better one-ofs, but which cards do you like here for Danny?
But some of these cards out of Danny are still very good. Like the Collective Brutality just does double duty.
Yep.
You're talking maybe Tide Hollow Scholar out of Brennan. Well, Collective Brutality is like a better Tide Hollow Scholar, right?
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to kill something of theirs, and if you're able to nab a Collective Company or Court of Calling, you're pretty happy.
You can use it to dress if you want to. You can use it as the removal spell if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a better card. The 3 Path to Exiles, obviously, and then the Orzhov Pontiff we already talked about from the other side, so that would come in as well. And then the questionable cards are like, do you want these Abrupt Decays or Maelstrom Pulses, the more expensive removal spells?
Yeah, I'm looking at Tireless Tracker. I'm thinking that, normally in Green Mirrors it's pretty good. It might just be too slow for this.
And
I'm not sure.
If Danny decides he wants to go with the full-on removal suit with Maelstrom Pulse and Abrupt Decay, then maybe the Tireless Tracker comes along with that to play a grindier game.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how both these players sideboard because they've got a lot of options. So as they shuffle up and get ready here for game number 2, we are going to very quickly talk about the weekly sale with Star City Games. One last time here today. It ends Monday at 10:59 a.m., so make sure you do head over to go.starcitygames.com/weekly sale to get up to 60% off select Ultra Pro products. We're talking playmats, binders, deck boxes, and sleeves. And again, Craig's wife, we know you're watching, so don't wait. Just let's go ahead and get this taken care of now. Find something for Craig to come home to.
New binder or 2. Sure.
Or 3 or 4. Whichever is fine. You're not picky, right? I don't want to speak for you. But
yeah, I mean, I don't actually admit that I own that many cards, but
for the cards you do own, you need a binder.
Yeah.
It's important.
1 card, 1 binder.
That'd be a great way to go about doing things.
These are my trade binders.
I'd like to see, your backpack at an event. You have any other trades? Which binder do you want to look at? I'll tell you in just a moment. Looks like Brennan's going to take a mulligan. Danny is considering his 7-card hand. Looks like he's going to keep. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the player on the left. It is Danny Jessup, 25-year-old from the New York area, member of Team Metagame Gurus, along with Ben Friedman, Jim Davis, Frank Scarn, and his good brother, the better Jessup, Andrew likes to call himself. Well, guess what, Andrew? You dropped already. So who's better now?
Jeez, you're really just...
I'm a big Danny fan.
Yeah, you're not pulling any punches here.
I'm a Danny fan. 8 open top 8s, a 1 open win. Invitational top 8. He was a runner-up in Seattle a couple of years ago. Lost in the finals to Dylan Donegan. Is the second best. Wow. That's his. He wrote that.
There's no way.
He's the second best Magic player in the house.
He had to lose a wager.
Andrew's really good.
He had to lose a wager to his brother.
Gave up a home run to Mike Trout when he was 12. That's awesome. And used to play competitive Call of Duty. I would be honored to get smashed by Mike Trout. Just throw a baseball and just boom. Yeah. Mike Trout. He's like the modern day just best player by so much.
He's turned out to be a transcendent player.
Like I'm a pretty big Bryce Harper fan.
Yes.
And it's not because I'm in the DC area right now. I'm actually a really big Bryce Harper fan.
Bryce is awesome at baseball.
He's super good, and I think Mike Trout is like way better than him.
Sure.
Not just better, like way better, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Like the order's got to be Trout, Gap, Bryce, Gap, everyone else. I'm curious how big the Trout to Bryce gap is.
Well, I'm sure people who are numbers fans would find a million different ways to tell you how big that gap is.
It's probably true.
Or how small it is.
Yeah. Mike Trout's unreal. Here's Devoted Druid. We're going to head over to Decandio in just a moment. He'll sacrifice a Verdant Catacombs at the end of Danny's turn.
Is this the same matchup?
Excuse me?
Is this the same matchup? There was no turn 1 play out of either player.
No, slow start. Just board out the 1-drops.
Yeah, I guess so.
There you go. They're just going to die anyway to like Pontiff or something. That's tilting enough.
Yeah, let's slow it down, boys.
Yep. Brennan going to get a Temple Garden. time to draw.
And here's the scary thing: if you're Brennan, you tap out, you can just lose the next turn.
You couldn't lose immediately.
You know, I see a Vizier peeking out of the end of Danny's hand there.
Don't know if he has the payoff or not, but yeah, you can see it right there. What's this? Devoted Druid? Yeah, mistake. Could die. Could die right now. I mean, he does have a white mana over path, so there is that. Jessup will draw. Birds of Paradise. I think Jessup actually has Quarter Calling in hand too. So this is always the fun part, right? He could just go for it right now.
Yep.
And just say, I'm going to play Vizier, make infinite mana, play Quarter Calling, go get my Walking Ballista, and you're dead. We'll go get my Duskwatch Recruiter.
You don't get Walking Ballista.
Go get my Duskwatch Recruiter. Go get my Walking Ballista to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, we're going nuts. Here's Collected Company. The combo cannot be stopped. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hierarch Devoted Druid.
Not the most exciting pair.
Mm-hmm. Does Danny have Court of Calling? I may have been wrong. He might not have it. Forest. It's Scavenging Goose Birds Lands. Decandio made it out of this alive.
Yep.
There's Ooze. Here's Birds. Pass. Decandio very quickly untapping.
Yeah, he has a Pontiff here.
He's going to Court of Calling for the. He's going to Court of Calling for the piece. Yep, he's going to Court of Calling for Vizier. Court of Calling for Vizier, make infinite mana, Walking Ballista, kill you. This matchup's silly.
It is.
This matchup is silly.
But it also shows you just how good these decks are.
Yeah, this deck, I think you're right. This deck's probably really good. This deck's probably really, really good. Jeez. What's the right number of payoffs? I don't know. You know, because you've got 4 chords and you've got 4
collected companies.
4 collected companies.
The question is, how many Duskwatch Recruiters do you want to have in your deck?
Yeah, because that card's so bad in multiples. You know?
Yes. But I think the times when you're not comboing, your deck's just bad anyway. It doesn't matter which bad cards you have when you're not comboing.
Yeah. I mean, is it a situation where you could play maybe more ballistas? Maybe you could do that?
I think 2 might be the right number.
But it's a pretty good card kind of on its own. If this deck's popular, it's good in the mirror.
Yes. I definitely agree with that. As this deck becomes more popular, more ballistas is right. And like I discussed earlier, Renegade Rallier is a really strong card that is not featured in either of these decks.
At least not right now.
But you know, they're playing a whole mess of Eternal Witnesses. Maybe that is just the better 3-drop.
I don't know. We're going to watch a third game. Maybe we can learn some more information. They're shuffling up pretty quick. So let's talk about the StarCityGames.com newsletter very quickly one more time. It is your source for Magic the Gathering news with highlights from some of our very best articles, upcoming SCG Tour dates and locations like our Invitational, and a lot of what's happening on season number 2 of the SCG Tour. SCG Invitational qualifiers and game nights near you, and of course an exclusive cardboard crack comic, best of all, totes free. Go to StarCityGames.com/newsletter for more information.
Totes free?
Totes free.
All right. I'm on board.
When they make a Mean Girls 2, and if they don't, they're stupid. So when they make a Mean Girls 2, I should totes be in it.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm like made for that movie.
I'll
take over the Tim Meadows role as the.
But until there's another Mean Girls,
yeah,
you'll just have to satisfy yourself with
saying totes on air.
Well, that'll do it.
Or watching Mean Girls 1.
Yep, that'll also do it.
Best movie of our generation. What would you prefer to watch yesterday, Mean Girls 1 or King Kong?
I mean, King Kong had Jack Black.
He's horrible in that movie.
And it only took an hour and 45 minutes before the gorilla showed up.
We think. Felt like it was longer.
Oh, it felt longer than that.
Felt like it was much longer than that. Let's learn a little more about Spider-Man here. Brennan Decandio, the 27-year-old from Long Island, New York.
Look at that smile with the hair. Good for you, man.
6.
Just loving life.
6 open top 8s with 2 wins when he went back-to-back. Ooh, here we go, new facts. Has the complete set of Dragon Ball Z series and watches it once a year. Eats Chipotle religiously, looking for a sponsorship deal. Like that. That. That's smart.
Shameless.
Self-proclaimed catchphrase master. Not true. Not true.
Wow.
I would annihilate him in catchphrase.
That doesn't mean he's not a
I mean,
master.
he can be the self-proclaimed master, but if it were 1v1 for it all, I would destroy him.
See, we could have all had pictures like this.
Back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day. And our profile pictures now,
Nah.
like, imagine like smiling Patrick back in the day.
Did he smile back then?
There was a point when
smiled
Patrick
back? Okay.
smiled sometimes and stuff, and just a demure, like, jaded by life picture of Patrick like 10 years later.
I like I like that our facts are just now it's just like got mana screwed in round 8 at F&M, just like like yours, mine, Patrick's, just the weathered, worn down Magic players. Split a sleeve, didn't have a replacement, had to buy a new pack.
Yeah,
just all of it. Yeah,
that actually ruins my event.
only brought 60 sleeves, doesn't want to play in the tournament anymore. Decandio on 5 cards, unfortunately for him, as Danny Jessup's going to start things off with the Birds of Paradise. Went to Chipotle, we're out of chicken for the evening, had to order carnitas. Know what I mean, man? Just rough.
Delicious.
That's nah. The Chipotle late night policy, they should give you way more food late at night.
Well, and the Chipotle one would be more like, was going to go to Chipotle, there's another foodborne illness outbreak.
Ah, come on.
Couldn't eat there.
If they have another foodborne illness outbreak, that means they get to bring back the Chipotle card, which was all value.
They'll just do anything to get you back through
What was
the
it
door.
called? Chiptopia, I think? It was like the best card of all time. They're just giving away burritos.
They had
with
no
that
choice.
Card. No, I know. I'm not like rooting for another foodborne illness at Chipotle, but I'm not rooting for it either.
Chipotle, we're kind of okay if you just poison your customer base again.
It wasn't anything too serious.
What are you, a doctor now?
I think it was like too bad.
I like how you're like, it's not a big deal.
It wasn't I don't think it was like the end of the world. It wasn't like the bubonic plague.
That's where you would draw the line?
I got multiple free burritos from that.
I don't mind if just a couple hundred people got sick if I got a couple free burritos.
That program's really good. They need to bring it back. That was like free burrito mania. Just for going to Chipotle, I got free burritos. I would go anyway, and they're just like, here's a free burrito. It's like, awesome. We have a collected company.
There it is.
Do we have a combo there? I know there's a Vizier, and he's got a Duskwatch Recruiter. I think he has Devoted Druid too. Yeah, he's got the 1/2.
Yep.
So if he gets to untap, it's lights out because he's got the Recruiter.
Yep.
But your opponent can't interact with you. I like that Devoted Druid's not no one, so like Pontiff doesn't kill it.
Well, it couldn't have been with the
It wouldn't
ability.
work. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Yeah, but just I like that it's not no one. And did Brennan just reveal? Jeez, are you serious?
Doing it again.
Just revealing his hand and it's just you're dead. So he's got Cord, because Devoted Druid's Devoted Druid's 2 mana. Yeah, Devoted Druid's 2 mana. So he plays his 3rd land, Quartz for 2, gets Vizier, untaps his thing, makes infinite mana, plays Eternal Witness, gets back his Cord, plays his Cord, gets a Dusk.
Well, he already had a Recruiter in his hand.
Yeah, gets back a Duskwatch Recruiter or whatever. Gets back the Cord, goes and gets Duskwatch Recruiter, gets Hangerback gets Walking Ballista. See ya. That's fun.
It is fun, but